Texas Rangers manager Bruce Bochy. Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
I know we have a lot of important baseball things to get to, but I am curious, how was Brooks and Dunn at the Rangers Gala?
Oh, I tell you, they did a terrific job. I'm a big fan. I've known them for a while, so it was a really, really fun night. And, they put on a terrific show. They brought the energy. They're about my age, and I had a chance to talk to Kix Brooks afterward, and said, man, you still got it. And he says, just something about when you get on that stage. And so I think the guys enjoyed it. We had that long streak, so it just turned out to be a really nice night. We had some nice outfits. The guys put on their cowboy hats and do-si-doed and had a good time.
Boch, the other day I went to my first ever hockey playoff game, Stars and Knights. They play again tonight. I know you're obviously very busy during hockey and basketball playoffs. Have you ever been to a hockey or NBA playoff game?
I have. When I was in the Bay Area, I went down to the Sharks. I saw a few playoff games there, and it's unreal, man. How crazy it is, how loud it is, how it's just the excitement. You just feel the crowd. It's really a fun time, and so I do enjoy watching a hockey game during the playoffs.
Well, hopefully the Stars can get that back tonight. That'd be really nice. Now,
I saw they lost a tough one.
Yeah, that was tough. Now, Mike Bassick was on the road last week with the team. He was doing the TV broadcast, and I know he got a chance to come in there and hang out with you. Was Mike professional while he was there, or was it like, all right, settle down a little, Mike?
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, no, he's in the background, all good there. We had no issues with Mike. He, he was professional the whole way.
Well, Boch, I know I was taking it in the background. At one point, it was in Atlanta. You got a little bit frustrated, I would say, with just how many walks you guys have given up as a staff. Right now, you have the fourth most walks in baseball. I'd love to know from your perspective, how do you attack that as a manager?
Yeah, well, we're talking about it, and I can tell you that's what Mike preaches: first pitch strikes, stay away from the walks. So, you just got to keep sending that message. And, whether you make adjustments, where you're sitting, there's a fine line there. Sitting down the middle and giving up damage, with these good hitters. But, you got to stay away from the walks, because if you look at it, a lot of those games, they're scoring. Last year we had a tough time with the guys that we walked. They just found a way to score. And so just got to make some adjustments, I guess, with each pitcher. One size doesn't fit all on how you're setting up and how you're trying to keep them from walking guys. But I will say this, you talk about it enough, and it's like if you're catching, the worst thing you can do is go out to the mound, or as a manager or a pitching coach, you go out there and say, don't walk this guy.
Yeah.
He's probably going to walk him. So, you just got to keep preaching, pound the strike zone, use your defense, and that's kind of where we're at with it.
On the flip side, how frustrating is it when y'all draw the walks, as we saw last night, and can't cash in offensively?
Well, you're right. First inning, get a couple walks there. I know we're facing a good pitcher, but that's a time when you're hoping somebody can come through, and it hurt us last night with a couple walks there. But but I do think we do a good job of getting our walks, and we do a really good job of getting them in for the most part. So I don't know what the numbers are this year, but I think it worked out really well last year.
We were talking about the Mavericks game last night, and Mike pointed out one of the players had a series of multiple moments of being a little flustered and making some mistakes, and Jason Kidd pulled him out of the game, let him collect his thoughts. And I said, that's a Bochy move. Like, whenever Bochy, he immediately will say, hey, it's time for you to go. Or, sometimes you do kind of let it go with a guy a little bit longer. How do you know when a guy doesn't have it, or when to make that move for a guy? Is it analytics that you're looking at there, or is it just a sense of his body language? How do you know?
You're talking about pitchers?
Yeah, or players in general, hitters when they're at the plate. Like, how do you know when to push it and when to back off?
Well, yeah, you try to read them on how they're doing, where they're at mentally. Everybody has their streaks, good and bad, but sometimes I think you got to look under the hood and see what may be the issue. If they're not going well, they might need a timeout, a couple of days off. That's what we have to do. That's our job, is try to, read that. Now, you're looking at numbers, sure. Sometimes it could be, a pretty good sample there where a hitter's had a tough time against a certain pitcher. Well, that's a great day to give him a day off. Let's give him a rest. Lefty on lefty. And I'll just use Carter as an example. Here's a guy that's trying to find his way against left-handed pitching, and he's going to hit lefties. He just needs reps. Well, there's a fine line there because we're trying to get runs on the board, and so I'm trying to pick my spots with him. And but when it's all said and done, this is the guy that's going to be out there every day. He's going to be hitting righties and lefties. So that's what I have to decide, and I do use my hitting coaches. We do have our stuff here that can help us too. We call them maps, and look at the maps and see, all right, what kind of matchup is this? So I think you get all that information that hopefully will help you make the right decision.
I'm sure, I can only imagine it's incredibly difficult to be a rookie in Major League Baseball. We talked a lot about Wyatt Langford so far this year. Do you think it's difficult to stay engaged, especially as a rookie when you're mostly DHing? And do you anticipate any uptick maybe in seeing him in the field?
Well, I'm trying to get him out there, once a series. I think there is an adjustment to DHing, but he's engaged. He's watching the game, or he may go in the cage and take some swings. Again, you're talking about, well, here we just won a World Series with Carter out in left, Leo in center, and Garcia in right field.
Pretty good crew, yeah.
Pretty good crew. So now, which one are you going to take out and DH? Because it's the same with them. They want to be engaged in the game too. So it's a workable situation to where it may get to a little bit more rotational, where Langford's not getting the lion's share of the DH, and he'll get some more playing time out in the outfield.
Tonight, Boch, you have Jon Gray on the mound. He had 2 solid starts and then was just dominant in his 2 innings of work out of the pen. How can Jon Gray build on the 2 innings in Atlanta and take that into hopefully 6 or so innings tonight?
Well, that's our hope. He takes that stuff, what he threw in Atlanta, and carries that into the game tonight. And he has been throwing the ball well. So, no, I think he's in a good place mentally. I think the command, everything has really come together. We're facing a really good staff here, so we're going to need him to go out there and be on top of his game and give us a chance to win. So, no adjustments or anything. Just keep doing what you're doing right now, John.
John, I want to talk about a different John. Jonathan Hernandez, activated off the injured list. I don't think anyone questions how great his stuff is, but what's the key to his effectiveness? Because I know we've talked about the mental aspect sometimes can be tough for him.
Well, I think that's part of it, especially with the young player. They have that sense of belonging, the confidence, and things don't go well. Being able to handle it, have that poise. As we say, he's throwing the ball really well, and that's why he's here. So, Johnny, as you saw last year before he got hurt, that stuff was electric.
Yeah.
We were excited to have him, and I thought that was a big loss for us when he had to go on the IL. So I'm looking for him to just have his good power sinker. He's got a really good slider and change up, and it works. Now, the other part he has to handle, and and that's dealing on the mental side of it, having that mental toughness, to deal with the ups and downs, and that confidence, and know, hey, I'm getting this guy out, I'm getting the ball where I want, and have that conviction behind every pitch.
Boch, I know the organization has, but I'd love for you to just update a little bit on Josh Jung. And I think Josh Smith has done a great job filling in, but can you talk about how Josh Jung can affect other guys in your lineup when he's out? Because you guys just have such better numbers when Josh Jung is healthy and in your lineup every day.
Well, he's one of our guys. He brings it every game. He has that energy you love. It's just contagious. He's pulling for everybody. So we miss him. There's no getting around it. Now, I'm going to add, before I talk about him a little bit more, I think Smitty's just done an incredible job. Playing third base, the hits, the big hits he's gotten, the pinch hit. So that's why it's so important to have those role players ready to go. And Smitty had a great spring, and so when Josh went down, he just stepped in and was doing just a tremendous job there in replacing him. But Josh is one of our guys, and he's a power bat. He does a lot of damage against lefties. Lefties have been giving us trouble, so we do miss that bat in the heart of the order. And, he just plays great defense. So it's going to be good to have him back, but we're still a ways away.
How much further are you feeling? What do you want to see from Max Scherzer as he's getting his starts, his work now?
Yeah, Max, big day today for Max. So we're looking at, could be 3 rehab starts, but it's hard to put a number on it because you got to see how he comes out each one. But tonight, he'll throw around 50 pitches in that area, and then we'll reevaluate him, and he'll just keep getting extended till he gets to around that 90 pitch area.
I was actually asking Mike about this the other day. I was like, what is it you're looking for when Max is in these rehab starts? Is it velocity that is kind of the thing? Is it location? Is it what is the key that you're like, okay, he's ready, he's the guy?
I think all the above. That's going to be the velocity. That's going to be important for him. But as much as anything, just build up the strength and stamina that it's going to take to start up here. And that takes a little while. You go out there and you throw your 50 pitches, and he'll probably be at a point there where he's pretty tired, and the next start should be better. And so that's what we're looking for. As far as the arm strength, he's thrown to hitters live BP, and that looks good. He's really spinning the ball well. Good command of that changeup. So I'm amazed at where he's at right now. So now it's just a matter of building up that strength and stamina.
That's a better answer than Mike gave me the other day. He said, hey, play some pro ball and you'll know, Corey. And I was like, all right, fine, Mike, thanks.
I know that obviously Mitch Garver is on the opposing team now, but yesterday he said he wanted to find you and give you a big hug. Did you get the big hug from Mitch Garver, and how cool was it to see him get his World Series ring as well?
I did before the game. I tell you, that was a special moment. He's on the other club. I'm thankful, grateful for what he did, the contribution that he made for our club. Incredible job as a DH, and it just gave us that big bat there and helped us win the World Series. Played a major role in it, so it was good to see him out there and see his face when he saw that ring. He opened up the box and you could just see him, and looked like he's starting to get emotional there, with the presentation, as he should have. The crowd gave him a big hand, see why he was there to hug him. And, I just said, man, I can't thank you enough. And so it was a cool moment.
Boch, my last question is, Ellie De La Cruz is coming into town this weekend, and I've heard from people he might be the best athlete in the game today. I was wondering who the best athlete in baseball ever was or is that you've seen.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm looking forward to seeing him or not. He's on fire, man. He's playing well. I don't know. Bo Jackson, I don't know if you're going to find one better. I didn't have him on my team, but I saw him, on the other side, and man, and just incredible. And Dion, same way. He got on base, and you just felt like you couldn't throw him out, and he was a little raw at the plate, but because of his speed and everything. But we could have one here with Michael Lorenzen. I mean, he can play center field, he can hit, he can do a lot of things. So, I know a lot of people think I'm kidding, but he's a really, really good athlete. So it's fun to see guys that can do both things, so pitch and play the field. So I guess you have to look at Ohtani as probably the best now.
Outstanding stuff, as always. We appreciate it very much. Best of luck tonight, tomorrow afternoon, and we'll catch up with you again this next week.
All right, guys. Good talking with you.